Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for inviting us to have our presentation today here in front of all of you. I would like to present myself. I'm Ilija Radenovic, the sales manager for Southeast Europe at SAINT GOBAIN company, who is producing. Adfors is a part of SAINT GOBAIN. SAINT GOBAIN is a big multinational company, 170,000 people. Adfors is a small part of it with 3,500 employees, 12 plants around the world in 9 countries. Our plant for Europe is in Litomyšl, Czech Republic. I would like also to talk as my colleague regarding the reinforcement grid for asphalt. We can give also the similar solutions, and we are thankful that today is SMP here, because we are thinking quite on the similar way with the glass yarns as the main product of the grid. When we are talking about cracks, type of cracks, causes of cracks, you know that much better than me, but I would just like shortly to remind you on everything of that. So we have the longitudinal cracks, we have the thermal cracks, we have the movement cracks. So that means, okay, joint cracking, it's something what's happening in our asphalt. Thermal cracking, we have the solutions for that. Line widening, very often situation in our region, in the former Yugoslav republics. We have the small roads which width should be bigger. So on the edges, all the times it cracks, so the longitudinal cracks. These are some cracks which you see every day on the road, so it's something what is familiar for you all the time. We would like to say why, and the main question is a lot of people have the bad experience regarding reinforcement grids. Some bad experience with the application, with the pavement with the driving over that, and they're forgetting what they're used about. So I just want to show you what is happening with and without the grid, but I will come again back to that. You are changing your wearing course. You apply new asphalt layer, but you have still some piece of the crack in the bottom layer. We are saying that 1.5 to 2 centimeters the crack is providing every year through the asphalt area. So if we are switching just 4 centimeters, that means that the crack will appear after 2 to 3 years on the asphalt surface, like this. Why we are doing everything of that? We are trying to protect the asphalt and the road from penetration of water. This is the main reason. Everything downstairs will be killed, and we will have our potholes, we will have our cracks, and we need a better road again. So here is one example how the road should be repaired or could be repaired. Again, the similar situation. We have the sub base, asphalt concrete base, and the overlayers. If you're switching, for example, 7.6 centimeters or 8 centimeters of your road, apply some leveling surface of 3 centimeters with some asphalt concrete 8. You are able to apply after that some self-adhesive grid, which you can apply over that and drive easily. Okay, all the times the question is, okay, we have cracks, should we do the whole surface or some spots? And I am sure my colleagues from SMP too, we like the whole surface. It's more money for us, but it is not a need in every case. You can do it partly over the cracks. The difference of engineers is, should we do a width of 1 meter, 1.5, 2, 3? We never came to one conclusion for everybody, but it is important to make it more than 1 meter, because afterwards you could have 2 cracks instead of once because of the tension. Our self-adhesive grid is, I will now come to the part of different product types. We have a self-adhesive grid for new layers and the surface which have a leveling course. It's very easy to apply. You don't need a machine. You can do it by a machine much faster. You can put 12,000 square meters in 1 hour. It is self-adhesive grid. You are laying it on the clean, dry surface. Applied, dry with the roller 2 or 3 times over it, activate the glue to 100%, and you can immediately spray your tack coat if you need. If not, you can pay immediately on top. So you have several benefits if you're using this type of grid. The main benefit is time, and after that is coming everything. Of course, the composite grid for milled surface, because I have seen sometimes in Slovenia that on some areas and some rehabilitation of road, there will be used just a grid on the milled surface without any bonding, without any adhesion. And when we are talking about results of Leutner test, in this case, which my colleagues from S&P have very nice results, there is not existing. If you take course, he is fall apart in 2 pieces immediately when you take it out. So it's very important to have this adhesion, and in this case, very important is to use a composite grid which have the adhesion with the surface, existing surface, and with the new asphalt layer. Here are some absorptions of tack coat for different types of our materials, for different types of substrate, which help you not to have the situation that you are falling or testing. Some examples of using it you can see here, but the picture down right from your side. If you see, this is a very easy test to check your bonding on the side. It doesn't matter which type of grid is it. If you reach 9 kilos with this test, you can be sure that your testings or Marshall or Leutner test will be good. If you reach under 9 kilos with this testing, you will probably have the problems with your testings afterwards. Here's some examples from last 20 years, some pictures of tri-sections where we did some part or one side just. So you can see in the first slide, here is the driving road on the highway, but here is the entering road. It is without, here is with, and of course the subgrade is beton, so you can see joints are appearing very fast, and here without. Here is also the situation. This part was done with the grid, without, and here also with the grid, without. So we have always the proof that this works. Because a lot of times, and the main question, why should we use this, is does this work? This is the main question of designers and investors in many cases. We have some special mesh, indicator mesh for bridges, for protection of hydroisolation. We have some glass grade patch hole for small sanations, very fast application. You can see it, small area, very fast, immediately you can glue it on it and immediately pave. You don't need to wait anything. Some samples also from installation on the airports. Main patch hole around your manholes, you know the cracks, they're appearing because of the vibration of the metal. So they're appealing always from the metal to the outside, so you have the possibility to slow it down. Very easy application. Again. We are working with a lot of laboratories all around the world. I would like to mention some of them. NC United States University, EMPA Swiss, IFSTAR France, Parma and Ancona University in Italy. So I would like to show you just some results of the testing. Here is the famous roller coaster. You have sections. First section was done without the grid, then with the grid. You have some cycles. Until 600,000 cycles, nothing happens. There was no cracks. And at the asphalt area without the grid, the crack starts at 600,000 cycles, and at 1.2 million, 70% of the surface was cracked. When we installed the grid and done the same test, we had 1.2 million circles without any cracks. Okay, here you have a 4-point bending test, and very important what I would like to show you because our time is out. This is a type, the fatigue test with the camera, how the crack propagates without the grid, and here you have the situation how the crack propagates with the grid. So this is the lifetime when the grid takes over the load of the crack, and this is the time-saving and consuming reason why you should use the grid. Thank you very much. I don't want to interrupt any other presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.